weird how this thing's setting up.
Waiting for Spectre Studios to 706. Oh, there we go. Looks like it's up.
Up?
Yep,
All right.
it's up.
Cool. Thank you guys. All right, welcome. A little technical error to get a little started. I am Benito, your humble DM, and here is Old Ways to Spero, our 26th episode. I will go through the cast, and then we will get started. What is going on? Introducing Jen first.
Hi, I am Jen. I am playing Lady Carowyn Cadell of House DeFry. Yeah.
House to Fry, interesting. Nate.
It was there on my screen. I happened to see it. And went, wow, okay, cool.
Cool.
Hi, I'm Nathan. I play Ian Spire, also known as the Lazy Bard, the Ex-Con, the Wiggly Finger Killer, and the voice of the Raven Queen.
I want to say.
I'm
Steph, go ahead.
sorry. I'm Steph. I play Balin Cadell. I'm Carowyn's cousin, and I do sneaky stuff.
Excuse me, Tyler.
Also
That's
runs
all.
the mob.
Runs the mob. I like that. Tyler.
Alright, I'm Tyler, the often nude druid. You can spell arcane druid without nude.
Off-putting. Rico. I was going to say, you lost your title speaking in this game. Nate stealing all your title thunder.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I need a break from all that. I'm Rico, playing Therendor Moonstrike, a cleric of Sapphire.
Matt.
Hi, I'm Matthew. I'm with Lost Tribe Gaming, and I played Falster 2, former constable of the town, current captain of the guard, of the town militia, I should say. And we are taking on the mantle of Sapphire's fighter, perhaps in hell.
All right. Art.
I am Art. I am playing Ashton Bristoke, priest of Cross God Vector.
Libanica.
And I am Lee Juanito of Tabletop Journeys. I am, as my primary character for this campaign, playing M. Saleh of the Welshire Foxes, but an older, more wizened character of mine is making a guest appearance today, and that character would be Commander Hephaestus Kenrick, designation HK.
Does that feel good to make that statement again?
Oh,
Not a practical.
I feel a little good.
Yeah. And not least, Jeremy.
Jeremy playing Yadro Erengi, the Raven Queen's chosen, and just your friendly neighborhood tailor.
Friendly neighborhood, he says. Awesome. All right, as we all remember, the group has defeated one of Breckenvale's armies coming forth with one of the Black Zodiacs with it, so it was an amazing deed. Some loss of life for the army aspect, but the heroes went out to Misa. They brought back friends and allies, which is what Rico's playing with Therendor and others. They're trying to shape who and what are going to be doing things in the town. Thulsa has been named General of the Welshire Army at the time. And just as that was pretty much being declared and settled in, a group of Summer Court contingent, led by old character Diana, has returned to retrieve Ashton. And they kind of got into a war of words of Greystoke's oaths and commitment to the land of Alanis. And in that, she asked him to go back to the courts of the Fae to kind of clarify this with an old familiar character if you watch streams of Spero. And that is where we're going to start. A golden skinned armored definitely you can tell metal individual, huge man, has walked in the clearing with Diana and will introduce himself.
At first, he steps up. He gives a nod to his daughter. Um, she's in charge of everything that's happening here, so I kind of give a brief moment, wait for her approval to go ahead and speak. And once I have that, I will simply say, I am Hephaestus. I am Commander Hephaestus Kenrick. Designation HK. I am here at the behest of the Summer Queen. I understand there's some confusion about what needs to happen here. How may I assist you in clarifying what is expected, young Greystoke?
I don't know that you can clarify anything. I know what's asked of me, but I don't feel like I need to. I don't feel. I haven't sworn any oath or promise to anybody to do anything other than to protect my town and my realm. Then, as I'm looking around, do I definitely know I'm in a place that's A, not Misa, and B, not Alanis?
Yeah, like you notice, like, again, everything is pretty bountiful. Air is warm. It really jacked up in temperature. So you're talking around 89, 93 degrees. Sun is shining, not a cloud in the sky. The vegetation, the growth of the woods and stuff is plentiful. Like I said, you're in a ring of clear. What was around you is clear, wonderful growth grass, and there's like a ring of flowers where the trees and stuff are that HK kind of stepped through. But she told you went to the Fae. It feels definitely different. You don't really feel anything like affecting you oddly or anything like that. Like you don't feel any weird sensations on your body or such. But you definitely know that you were transported because you don't see any of your friends anymore. Like it's just the three of you individuals.
No, and I told Diana I trust her, so it's trust me. I'm just clarifying that I know I'm not where I was. So
Yep.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Daughter?
He's trying to get more of a commitment to the land of this Alanis place he comes from, but as you know, the Queen wants what the Queen says is important. And he doesn't seem to understand that importance.
What has he told you of this Alanis place?
That's important to the family of Greystokes, but that's why I brought you, because anything of the Greystokes is what you told me.
You know, it's not just 'cause it's important to the Greystokes. It is my home. It's where I keep all my stuff. I don't want to leave it. I want to protect it and my friends. Which
You should have led with your friends.
well, I mean, it's my home. First of all, it's my home. My family's there.
Your family stands before you, Greystoke.
My mother is still back there. I mean,
I'm sure we could make arrangements to have her brought here.
then I wouldn't be there to protect the place and the people that I've sworn to protect. I made a promise to a god, and now you're telling me another god wants me to break that and go to where she is. Not a god, but she has the power of them.
Are you trying to sway the will of the Summer Queen to yours?
I don't even know what I'm trying to do other than uphold my oaths and my promises to the god I have made promises to.
Let me try the question a different way. The Summer Queen has stated her position. She knows what she wants. She knows what those of her realm need, and she has made it very clear her position. Yet you are here saying you are unsure and unclear, and yet you expect her to change what she wants. Might I suggest that you get clear, figure out what your position is before you ask her to change hers?
I haven't asked her to change her will at all. She would want whatever she wants. She supposedly wants to keep me safe because I'm important, but I don't know why or how. I've just been told you're expected to go to the Fey realm, period, with no reason. I'm supposed to abandon my post. I'm supposed to abandon my friends, my family, my place, because another powerful entity has decided that's how it is. I'm quite sure I would lose all faith from my God if I were to do that. Then what kind of person would I be?
Let
God
me
of
try
Protectors,
this.
the God of Protectors would not look kind on a protector who abandoned those people who he says he protects.
I would agree. As a person who has spent their entire existence and will spend eternity protecting things and people he loves, I absolutely agree that would be bad. But let me try it this way. Diana, if a power on par with the Queen said to you you were important, and you were the key to saving lives, even if they might not be lives you know, but you felt that that person asking you was worthy of your help, but it might create a need to ask for change from the Queen. How would you approach that situation? What would you say if you wanted to help, but you needed the Queen's approval to alter? How
Why,
would you ask the Queen for that?
why am I getting the lesson? I thought you were here to deal with him.
I'm asking you the question. How would you do that? This is the position you have put him in. If you were in his shoes, how would you do it? Both the Queen and his God are worthy of being honored and followed. If that is true, and you are both doing your best to honor your existing agreements and help those in need, how would you ask the Summer Queen to be able to help the other?
I feel like this is a trick, but you know the way I was brought up. If I can do good and I can help, you know I'm going to do the help. It's easier to get forgiveness than ask for permission.
That is absolutely one method. In my choice, I offered personal sacrifices and promises to be able to help the other. So I ask you, Ash, you have two examples of ways you can ask of your God or of the Queen for what you want. But if you are not sure, if you do not know, if you are not focused and determined with what you want, neither has any reason to actually listen to you.
Well, I will say I will help those who need help, like your daughter has said. I would help those who are worthy of help. But I have not been approached being told what I need to be brought here for. How would that help? In what ways would that sacrifice make any difference? Other than to hamper my friends, my family, my home. I don't even know that I have the option to make a deal with with the Summer Queen. I've been told comply or else.
I will say this, because no paladin speaks for their god. No knight of the summer court speaks for the queen. No servitor of the summer court speaks for the queen. But we are the visible actions of these powers amongst mortals and fae alike. So I cannot speak for anyone other than myself. But what I can tell you is, if you believe that the two here before you are honest and true, as we believe that your God is honest and true, then I would say this: you don't have to know what specifically she's asking. If you believe in the message itself, that you will help the Fae Court simply by being safe. What you then need to do is figure out how you seek to do the other things you would like to do. Basically, asking the Queen to stop her immediate need so you have the ability to accomplish your other tasks.
I've already said that when the other tasks are completed, I'd be willing to visit with her. But if in the meantime other arrangements can be made, if in the meantime I can help in somehow, I'm willing to listen. I just need an audience. I need someone to actually speak to. Lee, does HK actually have the symbols of Tyr on him or not?
Absolutely, including the swords.
Ben, would I recognize Lawbringer and Bringer of Law or not?
Are you proficient in your history?
Yes.
I will allow you to roll, but those weapons are ancient old.
23.
Okay.
I've heard all the good. Heard all the good stories.
You've heard some tales. It might have been dropped that he's had them, and they are a pair of elven blades that look very similar to ancient lore.
You are obviously a follower of Tyr. I hope in your world he is law and order like in mine. I have a lot of respect for Tyr. Tyr is one of the 5 faiths at my church. He means as much to me as the other 3 in my church with cross. You're following orders and trying to stay within what you've been told. I'm also trying to help with that, but I can't just give up and come to the Fey realm without knowing the why, or if I can do 2 things at once. I'm not saying no, but I'm saying I can't do it now. There are creatures of foul origin coming to our town. There's a ritual to affect the Dreadlord in some way. I can't, in good conscience, walk away from that right now. But if there's something I can do to help the Fae as well, I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to help. I don't want to abandon anyone who needs help. And right now my choices are abandon Alanis or abandon the Fey realm. I can't reconcile those 2. I would like to help with both. Can you help me reconcile that? Can you help me find a way to do that?
On his armor, there's the symbol of scales on the chest plate, and he looks kind of down at his armor, and then he looks back at you. Tyr in all the ways I have ever known him has been about justice, not vengeance. Yet I know there are places where he is more about vengeance than justice. I also know there are places where he is about the law. He's about the fulfillment of obligation and contract. I also know that the Summer Queen will make bargains. She will parlay. But if you ask of her to risk greatly, she will demand that you return such a great risk. What you're asking for is the ability to change the immediacy of her desire for the immediacy of your desire. I have done so myself, and my children have been in her service for many years. I remain in her service. I traded my life for that of a dear friend to call off the ramifications of his failure at a bargain with the Queen, at an agreement with the Queen. I gave up a great many freedoms. I have many and almost all of them, and I would probably be helping the Queen anyway. I find being in service to her to be the kind of thing I need. But I have forsworn my choice in that matter because I asked her to spare a life that I wanted spared.
Like I said, I'm willing to listen to what she wants. I'm willing to help those that need to help. I mean, everything I've ever read and heard of the stories of our family say, it's always sacrifice here, stand up for those who need it there, fight for the against the darkness, stand in the light. I'm all about that. I'm very happy to do those things. I'm a protector. I don't mind protecting a lot of people. I need to know why. I need to know what I'm giving up.
Well, Father, maybe we should bring him to Lady Hestus of the Spring Court. He could safely make his inquiries there.
I think that makes a great deal of sense. My goal here was not to tell you what to do, but to let you know what you needed to think about. When the time comes and you make your request, you need to do so knowingly. Steel your mind to that as we proceed.
It's good insight, and yeah, I won't do anything half-heartedly. Absolutely.
You wish me to take you to Lady Hestus?
Yes.
Okay.
So, as we walk, I'm like, so this is taking very little time in my world. You're saying?
Maybe.
What?
I kind of look at Diana with a somewhat uncharacteristic smile from HK. I'm an immortal who, by natural causes, can never die. It would take the time it takes.
But I'm mortal, and the people I've left behind are mortal, and things are happening on a timetable. So I don't want to miss out on protecting.
Lady Hestus can explain that more, I think.
I have relived days, months, almost years of my life. I've seen lamps rise and fall. And rise and fall again. But I couldn't tell you if it's long or short.
Okay.
You basically leave the clearing. It's lush woods, and basically you get to a large city. The architecture is of that with marble, but interwove with the nature of the wood. unbelievable. Like, you couldn't imagine anyone in the mortal world crafting such synergy between the material. The towers are tall, everything is smooth, there's plenty of light, windows to the fixtures, and there are hundreds and hundreds of different type of people: satyrs, centaurs, Harringtons, elves, Eladrin elves, all around. Kind of like looking at you. Although most people you don't see of heritage, ancestry, are humans of that sort. You go to a smaller tower. It's not really in the center. It seems to be off a little bit more to the east, to the right. To get to a smaller tower, pure ivory. It seems about 4 or 5 stories tall. It's shorter than the bigger buildings in the center of the city. And Diana knocks on the door and goes, "Lady Hestus, we have a visitor who wishes to speak with you." In a matter of moments, the door just swings open, and Diana ushers you to go first.
I'll go first.
She follows with HK. You see a blonde, very beautiful, elegant Eladrin woman. She's in shimmering, fine, bluish robes. Like, they're glittering like there's sapphires on them, but you don't really see any type of actual gems on it. It just seems to have a radiance of its own. There are a large desk, and there are just books and scrolls all over the place. She seems to be a very learned individual that you're approaching.
As I'm looking around, what language are they written in? Is it Draconic or is it Elven?
You see many languages.
Okay. I would probably be kind of staring in awe because I'm pretty sure they've never seen anything like her before.
She goes, "Welcome, Ashton Greystoke. I did not think I would see another Greystoke of your bloodline here after HK's transformation to his."
Well, your queen would like me to come here and stay here, and I don't understand why, and I'm concerned as to how it could affect both my realm and her realm.
Of course. It is often difficult to be a chosen individual in a saga that is moving along beside you. It's hard to make choices for others and choices for yourself when fates are at the risk. Do you know anything of the Fate Courts?
Only the most basic, that there's the summer, the spring, the winter court. Not totally sure the differences, but I've noted personality differences that seem to go with the seasons. And that might be about it.
Yes, we're a fickle sort, tempered by the seasons that make us. Summer, often hot, spiteful in aspects. Spring, new energy, rebirth. Autumn, the lowering of your guard, settling in. And the winter, oh, they're very cold individuals.
And I know there is an enemy to the Fey Courts. I'm not sure how much names have power here, but so I won't name it.
You are safe in this city. It is well guarded.
I know there's the Queen of Air and Darkness, who is an enemy to you.
Yes.
The Raven Queen does not seem to be a favorite entity of your courts.
Oh no, we are no enemy of the Raven Queen.
Okay. I had gotten a different impression, so that's good to know.
Yes, the birth of a new goddess has made that her mission statement.
So, why am I needed? What is this great thing I'm needed to come here and be protected from?
You are an important chess piece because of the pieces that have been established long ago. Your bloodline. So much of the sagas are directed toward bloodlines.
There are a great many stories of the Greystokes. None of them, none of them, speak of Greystokes running and hiding.
No. But there are some that talk about corruption.
There are indeed. Is that the concern? Is the potential that I could become corrupted?
Of course.
Well, I think my faith in the God of Protectors aids me there, and that it steals my purpose.
Does he protect you from vampirism?
Probably not.
I doubt
Probably
so.
not.
Well. Unless you were to gain much power as a cleric across. Perhaps you would be able to resist such. But mostly those that worship the sun have such power against that of the vampires.
Ra is one of the gods within my church, and one who I have good feelings toward. I don't even know how to say it properly, but I have faith in the five gods of my church, and have chosen to be the most faithful of the God protectors. How's that sound?
Yes. But Ra has much ebbs and flows in the terms of the concerns of mortal men now. I don't know if you're quite getting protected by him.
I don't know that I could count on him to assist me, no.
And I think that is where the Queen of Summer has made her attention made towards you. She's a bit influenced by your popularity of your bloodline.
So the Queen is worried about me siding with Azarian and joining with him.
Yes, to the allies she's already made here.
I would hope that Azarian can be reminded of his faith in Tyr, and that at one point he had put aside his more evil ways at one point in history.
He was about to, but he has been betrayed, and he is very angry now.
Yeah, I think I'm gotten a message from his servants, or one of his servants' servants. Wolves came looking for one of the old bloodline, and said he was looking for someone of the old bloodline to help him fight the new. Now, I had initially thought that he'd be the new bloodline of Greystokes, but I think he might need these new gods that have been appearing.
Well, the prison that he is now returned to is something that is corrupting him again.
I can't hide here and do anything about that, though.
You wish to take on Azarian?
I don't wish to take on Azarian. I'd like to find a way to... You can't take on the Dreadlord.
It's true.
He's the Dreadlord. You can only hope to turn his attention, or change his point of view, or remind him of his previous promises. There are stories. Those stories led him to being emperor at one point, and then he faded.
Do you know of the most ancient enemy of the Greystokes?
Ben, does Ash have any clue?
You may roll your history.
It's a 15.
Uh,
So he'd say, no, there have been so many over the years that have been named through the stories. I know there's a great many enemies, but I couldn't tell you who the most ancient would be.
HK, do you know?
What's HK?
Leonika needs you to repeat that question.
Do you know the
Who's
Greystokes'
looking up something for HK?
ancient enemy?
Oh my yes. Oh my yes. The ancient enemy has changed over generations and generations. And by that I mean elven generations. What was originally 8 Yathreen, or drow priestesses, had become the houses of 8 drow houses. What was known as the Devil's Eight in a far land that most of either Spero or Alanis have never heard of. A realm long since forgotten. The Yathreen fled under pursuit of the first Greystoke to go to Alanis. He actually came to Alanis with the purpose of following these 8. Successful in that first generation of defeating all but 4. Dying in pursuit of the 5th one. And every Greystoke from that point forward was tasked with defeating the Devil's Eight. But it is more than just a single 4 remaining drow priestesses. It is 8 remaining houses and all the evil that has come from it.
So, I've heard of the Devil's Eight. I was unaware that that would be the oldest. So, essentially, all of the drow houses in Action City.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. It's a worthy adversary.
They have been going on since the beginning of Alanis' time. When that first Greystoke arrived, Razan, and decided to oppose the great evil of Alanis, those were the enemies that he stirred.
And many others along the way from the stories.
And many others, yes. But many of that web, the strings all went from the center, from Ashen City on beyond.
They the origins of the Dread Order?
They are.
Okay, that makes sense. Feels dirty
They-
asking a question I know the answer to.
It does feel a little unclean, does it not?
Yeah. Like, no, I have no idea who Razan came to Alanis to fight against. Nope.
Hold, processing. HK will add, with the Devil's Eight, they were on the run. They absolutely knew that they were going to be unable to survive without protection. They have spent generations building webs of allies and enemies, propping up puppet kingdoms, corrupting good people, all to dissuade Greystokes from being able to come after them directly. Every scheme has been a trap, a plot, a barricade, an obstacle that a generation must deal with so they can entrench themselves yet one bit further.
So they knew they were in
They
trouble.
are
So what they learned was they needed someone to protect them. What other person to protect them but a goddess tied to a realm that will not let her die? Worship her, and you become an immortal follower.
The Raven Queen?
Oh no, this was the beginning.
Silk.
This is
Oh,
silk.
Silk.
Yes,
Silk. Okay.
this is where the roots lie. When you must understand the blossom of the tree, you must learn where the roots have dug themselves from. But it was after generations of combat to this evil growing, the Greystokes battling against, trying to bring hope, that the allies to the Greystoke family line changed things. Instead of fighting the great evil, they changed the goddess's point of view. By worshipping her with love and kindness, a young man allowed her to be pulled from the web of the spider. So the land needed somebody evil, someone to carry the mantle, someone to stir the great evil to make the Greystokes pay. And it chose Azarian. But again, after generations, they learned love was the key. And he changed. And then thousands of years of peace. Quiet. Until another realm decided to stir the old people from this world to start the war again.
So, Azarian has returned because of events that happened in another world?
That's correct.
For this, I must apologize to you, young Graceful. Decisions were made that I was not present to prevent, that did not heed the old warnings, and the effort to simply be rid of a threat or a potential problem versus solving that problem.
Now
Pushed
how is this
Azarian back here?
So now how is this tied close to you? Well, the great goddess, the Raven Queen, was trying to help a friend. She had become attached, so to speak, to Silk, and saw that with Azarian flickle of return, she wanted to make sure that it would remain with him and not her. So she found the realm and tried to pull her out, keep her safe, keep her more independent than the prison that she was at. And with her understanding that, she gave birth to the Greystokes here in Spero with this man.
As you can see, I am not of flesh and blood. I am of iron, steel. I am a creation. But in an effort to balance and to stop the evil that was growing, I was given a new form. I look to our host and ask if she can show an image of what HK used to look like, so that to kind of show, like, because now I kind of look like a gilded man, smooth skinned and the whole bit with like energy things and ripples and such. But before I looked like a standard warforge, not like the Eberron warforges, which have wood and all that. I was like straight up, I'm the metal dude. But I would ask that if there's a way to show an image of what I once looked like versus what I look like now. And then if that image could be provided so he could see that, I would then say, and I, along with my love and my wife, we were allowed to produce a family. So while I am not of flesh and bone, through the mystical joining and the blessing of both the Summer Queen and Silk, we have two children.
And Silk did this as a way to have Greystoke's in your realm, to be there, to be the foil to Azarian?
To her, she was fighting against Hades. His ambition brought other enemies that she must deal with.
Who's Hades?
Hades is an old god of a pantheon you would not know.
Okay.
But
He is the god of the Spero underworld.
Yeah, he is
His evil is deep.
uncle in a world, so to speak, if you had it with your Ares and Aphrodite.
Okay. Cosmology isn't my strongest suit. I'm just gonna let it slide.
Yeah, religion. But in the same essence, he did have allies. One you do know, in Loth, the Spider Queen.
Know that name?
Yes. Well, they had to make sure that his web was of controlling her the way he wanted to. So, she needed more power for him. He needed more power out of her. So he needed the realm back in her possession. Thus, a special gate was created in a sleepy little town.
And is that the gate that sent Azarian home?
Oh no, that was the betrayal from another. This
Oh.
gate is the one that will bring Silk back into power.
Back to being the Dreadlord?
Oh yes.
Okay.
It is in
That
a
is-
wonderful estate. Now, in a place called the House of the Ravens.
I strive to protect that circle from being affected by the beasts that are attracted to it. That's the protection I'm providing. That town and that gate. And by protecting that gate, I'm forcing Azarian to remain Dreadlord. Huh. But it's a choice. There has to be a Dreadlord. It's either going to be Azarian or Silk.
Not necessarily.
Wouldn't wish it on anyone else.
The Sapphire sees things because of the method of one's choices. She is very heroic in understanding the people around her. It's hard for her often to sacrifice pawns. But the fabricator of much of a scheme here does understand sacrifice well. There is a laying glyph and ritual that has been placed on the black circle because she is invested. If your heroes succeed, you will dissolve all of the Dreadnought.
Will succeed by. Oh. Oh. Well then. Huh. Then how can the Summer Queen releasing an entire realm from the hold from the Dread Realm is a huge and important task that affects millions of lives. What threat is there to the Summer Queen that is greater than that she would ask me to abandon that cause?
You're not necessarily protecting millions of lives, Ashton Greystoke. I said you are removing the Dread Realm. Either way you choose, millions of people are going to die.
How is that so? If we remove the Dread Realm, then there's no more Dreadlord. Alana's is free.
If the Dread Realm remains, Lannis will remain as you know it. But if the Dread Realm is removed, it must go back to a world. And its union will be catastrophic. There will be a catalysm.
Okay.
Is there no safe way for it to return, or is there a way to protect the population centers, the people
Oh, there will be.
during this outbreak?
Not everyone will perish. There will be some that save. And perhaps some of the greater cities will be protected by its wizards. Depending on how much they know. But
if
it is
we
an
know
event that I'm not sure exactly how will play out.
If we know this, then forces can be put in play to mitigate this cataclysm. None of the gods of that realm will want to lose all their followers. The Raven Queen hasn't shown up there to just simply lose it. The new gods of the elves have not shown up there to just simply lose all their new followers. All of the gods can be rallied to help.
Can they?
Why would they not? Their power is tied to their followers. Without followers, they're nothing.
I asked you, Ashton, how well does your council go when it goes to making decisions? No matter its desired need.
Fair. But there's always a diplomat amongst them. There's always someone who sees the greater good, sees the benefit to all.
And often they're the martyr that must make this ultimate sacrifice for those of their more ignorant state.
And that's what heroes do. You save as many as you can. You lay down your life if need be, if it's the right thing to do. And in this case, if it's a matter of saving millions of lives in an entire land, maybe two, I would assume wherever Alanis were to go would affect wherever it was going as well, cataclysmically. There are a lot of deities who would stand to stop that.
And there are many who wish to see its demise.
And that's where you need diplomats. The people in the middle to convince them that it's to their own benefit. I can't believe the only two choices are Alanis remains a prisoner of the Dread Realm with a Dreadlord lording over it, tortured as a prisoner, or Cataclysm and millions die. One rite performed by mortals can't be that powerful.
Who said it was performed by mortals?
Fair, we do know that devils are involved.
Yes. I told you. Hades and the Devil's Eight have many allies.
Why would the Devil's Eight wish to see their own home destroyed, though?
Because the Yathreen at the top of their vile, putrid pyramids care little for all that serve them, save their own individual line. Each Yathreen will save her chosen daughters and her chosen daughters alone. they alone will carry that line of evil to the next generations as they have done time and time again. They are like the last of the locusts when the suns dry them on the vine. Some, even when all look like they're gone, survive. It is during that speech you see HK give the angry eyebrows because even in this form he's got these metallic red, like almost like red hair looking metal bars that are his eyebrows, and they simply cock downward in this weird, bizarre, strange frown as he says those words. And when he says those, that's probably him at his most metallic and robotic. Like he doesn't always sound entirely robotic, but when he's like talking in about those types of things, that's when he gets to be at it first.
I'm not giving up hope. I'm not giving in. There's time. There are still other parts of this Zodiac to defeat. There's still time to find a different way. And there's time to find gods and extraplanar entities and powerful beings that could help us save a world.
There might be.
Would you ask me to not do it? Would you ask me to stand by and not attempt to do these things?
Oh no, I know you would. It is in your blood. It is why I told you the tales that you need to know.
But still, the Summer Queen wishes me to come here to stay safe.
Summer is aggressive. Summer likes war. I come from new ideas. I am spring. I am the lady. I have been closest to the morning mortals that have come through here. I have many discussions with all. I bring peace. I bring you hope. That is what the Spring Court can do. I will be your ally, Ashton Greystone.
I appreciate that. I appreciate someone that wishes me hopeful. Can you convince others to help us stop our world from being destroyed?
Well, I can tell you that the Fae live on favors. But I can bring you help. Something that I know the Raven Queen did, and she has forgotten.
What are you asking?
I'm asking nothing at the moment. I want you to succeed. There are people's lives that are important. The only thing I could ask for is the belief in the Fae. It will give us a chance to help more in Alanis.
I absolutely already believe in the Fae and have offered to bring a Fae circle to our town at very least to make it easier for you to travel between your realms, to understand you more. Having the Summer Vanguard has been very helpful to letting the people of our town understand Fae, get to know them. We now have elves from Misa. We need all kinds.
If I may, perhaps one of your vaunted spring flowers that blossom and grow in the open fields. The fruit that comes from them, the natural joy, the perfumes, the beauty, the colors, the dyes, showing colors never seen, colors and color patterns, and scents and smells that a strange land like his Alanis may never have seen. provide him that tangible benefit that he can help others believe, not just in his words, but in the sights and the smells that they themselves can see and sense. I, as a younger Warforged, love the scent of various infused oils. I don't eat. I couldn't eat. But long before the Summer Queen blessed me with my current form, the closest way I could feel to your humanity was through the scent of something beautiful. And I, to this day, have no idea where my wife ever found the perfume she wore that first time I met her. But that was the magic that truly made me alive. And I have been a Warforged for hundreds of years.
I will bring beauty to Welshire, but what more? I will bring you great heroes to help. But it will cost you one big favor. You have a single druid in Welshire.
Yeah.
You will have him convert to the Spring Court. He will believe in the Fae, and he will be loyal to the Spring Court, and then those allies will come. She points to a wreath on the table. She walks to it, hands it to you. When he is ready, he's to throw it on the ground, and that will make a Fae circle. The Knight Nyx will appear before him, and he will make his vow.
But no but. So, does this solve my issue with the Summer Queen wishing me to come here, or is that something she still wants?
Oh, she will still want, but I will give you some reprieve from her as I speak on your behalf. I will tell her that things are progressing for her desire and the dangers that this Devil's Eight and others have provided against you.
And I am happy to speak with her or her appointed delegates at any point.
I am sweet and understanding as well as forgiving. But the example before you is when she is unhappy, she will ask for blood.
Okay.
HK stands before you in a service that should have been the death of another who betrayed her. As much as we appreciate Titania, she can often be wrathful.
Okay.
In her defense, she needs to be against the winter, but sometimes it can be a bit abusive.
My queen has done the best she can. She was angered by two failures. One of my dear and best friend to honor his agreement, and me for failure to prevent that dishonor. No part of my decision to sacrifice based on penance was my failure to honor my obligation, but mostly to spare my friend's life. And with her blessing, he lives to this day. He lives on. He does recognize his failure. But I will say it started because he made an obligation that he was never truly prepared to make.
You don't have to worry about that.
I expect that you are prepared. But I would be failing another if I didn't say those words so you understand the gravity of what you are willing to promise here today.
I appreciate it.
And for the spring favor, if he converts, you have it. And what I bring much power. It is part of what the Raven Queen was, so she will understand this aggression. But your druid needs a very hard lesson in loyalty. If he is fickle in this, what HK talks about will be the wrath of Queen Alara.
Queen Alara is your queen, right?
That is correct. The Fae do not take favors broken very well.
It is why I feel such comfort among them. One would think a god of law and order as Tyr would not feel comfortable in such chaotic environments. But the reality is, the thing they hold most closely, honor, obligation, keeping of one's word, there is nothing more Tyr-like than that. And that is universal among the Fae.
I'll remember that. I don't. I've got a lot to process, but I don't have any problem with what's coming or what I'm going to have to do.
If your druid understands, you will have me as your ally. But if I'm too hard for that for him to realize, I hope you will have good luck against the Summer Court.
I appreciate the offer, and I will do everything I can to convince him of the good you can do.
To let you know I am of good faith, I have something for you.
Okay.
She hands you a potion.
Okay.
A liquid with like golden sparkly substance.
Do I have a clue as to what it is?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
I am.
You think this is, because you've only heard very rarely of this, but a potion of true resurrection.
I'll look at it with like awe. Like, is this what I think it is?
It is one get out of jail free from the Raven Queen's grip. Or Thoth, depending on your realm.
What? Sorry.
Or Thoth, depending on your realm.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, Lee.
Okay. I will reach into a pouch and I will hand Ash a ring of protection.
Okay.
Before I took on the ring of the white flame, I had come across this in one of my battles in the Underdark. I would like to provide this to you. At some point, you're going to find someone who has need of it. At some point, you're going to find someone for whom a gift of this magnitude will hold sway. You
I
can
think.
tell them that this came from the Fey realms and a gift of one of its denizens to further cement the union of friendship we would like to foster.
Okay.
To whom you give it is yours to decide.
I thank you. It's quite a gift and quite a symbol.
She goes, "It is time for you to go. Otherwise, the fabric of your being here will be stretched, and that may cause a war in the town that you wish to protect and be safe."
I thank you for your time and your offers and everything. I won't fail.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Diana opens the door. You walk out.
Yep.
I look to my daughter. We did good. We did good today, man.
Well, we'll see.
Every village starts with four pillars, four pylons. Two on one side, two on the other. He's going to give that ring to the fourth pylon.
Okay. You walk out.
Yeah.
Ashton and Diana, though, reappear.
Okay, how long have they been gone?
A minute.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mission accomplished.
So, I look at Diana. I look back at you guys and I say, "How long was that?"
You're about a
2
minute.
weeks.
2 weeks.
Not very long.
The wiggly fingers.
I look back to Diana and I say, "So, the invitation to stay still stands. I don't know how that works with your oath to the Summer Queen."
Give me a persuasion check. I will give you advantage.
Not great. It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay.
Dirty.
Diana goes, "Father said a very important lesson that this is in danger. And if you want to protect this, then I will do so. I'll have my own stringent rules to this. But I will make
Okay.
sure, as I did long ago, I think when one of these came, I will keep anything from arriving at the ritual circle. The summer court will be your permanent house guards."
I find that to be completely acceptable, and I totally appreciate everything you're doing to help out.
She goes. She looks at the big centaur. She goes, "Drummond, let us go settle in."
I don't mean to apologize. Well, I mean to apologize for interrupting, but that's not really a decision that you can make, Ash. I mean, I certainly appreciate it and support it, but you can't just assume the position of house guard.
You're right. Hold on 1 second. Diana, we need to do this the right way. Lady Carowin. Are you there?
I am.
Lady Carowin, you have met Diana Greystoke, my cousin, in the past. She has offered her and her retinue to stand guard on your house to protect it from any of the creatures that would attempt to get their way to the summoning circle. Would you do them the honor of allowing them to protect your house?
Well, I have two parts to this. One, you're what the hell happened? You were reluctant as hell to go with her, and then all of a sudden you're back and you guys are what?
Never not been friends with her. She's just got her own oaths that she was pursuing. I haven't been gone.
A minute.
Yeah, I had a. Then what was it? Probably a couple hour,
A half a day.
half a day. So I think I was gone half a day, and many conversations have happened in the meantime. I met her father, and that has led us to here, and her offer to be your house guard. We know her to be a skilled warrior and a lady of her word, and she's offered. What was your second part?
My second part was you're I believe we all literally just last episode, but just agreed on a chain of command, and you just jumped it.
I didn't jump a chain of command. She's offered to be your house guard, not
Which
serving in the military, serving as your house guard. Now, if you'd like to ask her to also serve as part of the military, you could do that. If you'd like to ask her to join the chain of command, that would be between you and her. But right now, she wishes to protect your house.
yeah, I'm gonna have to turn off my video again because they're buggy again. Hang on. Sorry.
Sorry.
On my face because I have an expressive face.
He puts his hand to his head, like taps his temple and looks straight at you.
She opens a connection with him, mind to mind.
I'm sorry. I've got a lot of explaining. Please trust me on this one, and I will make it up to you, and I will explain everything.
Can I trust her?
Absolutely. She will do exactly what she said she'll do.
I trust you.
Aww.
Now you just have to convince everyone else.
That's not a problem.
The connection's
actually-
still open, but
Yep. And none of that was said out loud, obviously.
right.
So he gives you a look like, nice. What do you think?
I think that a lot of strangeness has happened in the last several months between what has occurred with the circle and all these fantastical peoples visiting and people disappearing and coming back, and long conversations were had, but in a minute I don't understand this shit. But I think if you're going to ask that someone whom not that long ago we were willing to fight and kill to protect you, I think you're going to have to get everyone else on board.
Diana goes.
And she'll say that out loud. She did say that out loud.
Diana goes. I didn't come here to make a stir. If you want to fight this fight, I don't only have to make this fight my fight. I'll be here when the queen really makes sure it's an assistance.
Diana.
We can
Diana,
go now.
I'm not looking for a fight. When you first arrived on the scene, we were willing to fight to protect our friend because we did not know who or what you were and what your motivations were. At the time, they seemed anonymous. However, at this point, because of that lack of trust when you first showed up and your aggressiveness when you first showed up, you're going to have to earn the trust. And by entrusting you with my house, I trust him. You guys can't see me gesturing and I'm pointing and everything. You I trust him. And if he says I can trust you, I will trust you. But there are a lot of people here that aren't, I'm not going to say they're not going to take his word. We all trust Ashton. But trust can only be pulled so far, and you have to earn some of your own.
I look at Diana and I say, that's fair. We've known each other for a long time. Are you willing to serve in the role and earn everyone's trust?
I think people's memories are rather fickle. I'm not sure if I really want to play puppet to this type of aspect if no one really believes what we represent.
Well, that would help me in my cause here to have someone else of the same mindset that knows the Fae to help show people what the Fae are about and how they can be trusted and how you are as good as your word. When word is given, you stick to it. So by doing this, you would be in essence honoring all of your oaths you've made to your queen and the lessons you've been taught by your father. I know they forget that you were here for a short time and helped beat that one monster. But it was a short time, and there has been some edginess in your interactions. Maybe they need time to get to know you and show that you aren't always like that.
I'm here to help you, and I'm here to serve what I think is the ruler of this land. Does she wish me to protect this house and its very important circle? Or does she wish to make me play fiddle to her minions?
You've left the mind link open, right, Jen?
Yep.
I say, we need her. We need her. You don't understand a lot of what's transpired, and I don't have time to go into it now, or she will just leave. She is trustworthy.
Also silent. We can always use another ally. I just want to make sure that I trust you. She fought one battle and I still don't know what her motivations are. So this is all silently.
Yeah.
It's silent? Okay.
Yes, this is all silent. I don't know her to trust her motivations. But with that said, I have also seen that she is powerful. Actually, I back that up. I will say this out loud. I have seen that you are powerful. We could use your allyship. I'm not going to turn down a hand offered. However, I'm not asking you to play fiddle. I'm not asking you to be my best friend. But I am asking you to earn some trust. My parents, you think you were just protecting a circle. My parents lie comatose in that house. My brother is my brother. These people that live here, by extension of that house, are just as important.
Me being here, O Lady of Welshire, means I am protecting your house instead of combating the enemies of my queen. I am the general of the summer armies. If you think my time here is of little effect amongst your people, say so now, and I leave you in the hands of your priest. But if you understand the favor that has been given to you by Queen Titania, and what was gifted by my father and the lady Hestus, then you will take my offer to protect your house for the cataclysm that is coming.
When she finishes saying that, I look back at Carowin and kind of addressing the whole group. Like I said, I've had conversations that took half a day. A lot of understandings have come, and note that I have made an ally in the Fey realm that is going to speak on my behalf with Lady Titania to keep me here. And she serves Lady Titania. So, this is all for the best. The Fae will not be trying to take me away. The Fae will be trying to help. They will be, obviously with Diana here. I need you to take this on faith from me that this is for the best, and to trust her as you would trust me. I've got a lot to tell you all.
As I said, I will not turn down a hand offer.
So then, Diana, you're welcome.
She nods. She looks back to Drummond then and goes, to our position then, as you wish. And they will move around you to kind of start hanging around the estate.
In my head, I say to Carowin, thank you. I owe you.
Silently, an explanation at least.
Absolutely.
Somehow
So-
you know that I closed the connection.
All right. That came in handy. Thanks for taking that feed, Jen. Actually, let me rephrase that. Thank you for letting me use your feed.
I built her up a character from a fantasy novel that is not anywhere near D&D, and in this realm, if you will, people have mind magic, and I was like, that's what and she was a fighter as well, so I was like, I want that.
That ain't wrong. There's nothing wrong about being able to have a conversation in a conversation.
Yeah, it came in really handy right there.
So the summer court has vacated. It just leaves a small contingent of other people. But you guys are more, they don't seem to be too engaged with anything else. And then you're left with your people.
You know, I was really worried that you could have gone a whole lot longer than that, Ash. I wanted to go with you, but being gone only a minute or two, so better outcome than I expected.
That's Diana said it would only be a moment or two. That's why I agreed to it.
Well, no, she said it'd be a short time according to the Fae, and I've learned that would be 72 years. So 2 minutes, that's a pretty short time.
Well, half a day for me. You would probably notice he's probably sweating a lot too. He's probably very, very profusely sweaty from wearing plate mail in 90-degree weather. Where are we in the town? Did we just
Right there.
basically leave Lee's Mchale's house to do this?
Well, you're in front of the state and your church, so that's where you are on the map is actually where you are.
All right. He says, why don't we go in the church real quick? And gesturing to everybody that was there, including the NPCs that had been there,
Okay.
because we had the commanders there, right?
No. That was the council before.
Oh, okay. So not everyone.
No. We disappeared in the middle of the war council that piece of state, all standing in that big circle.
No, we actually left.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, this was outside. You were told that this contingent came into the town, so you left the council to go meet them, and you guys decided who was going to meet them. Remember, because not everybody wanted to talk to Diana.
Yep.
So is everybody there? Are all the PCs there?
Well, everyone is in earshot. The only problem right now is Stephanie is having computer issues. So, but
Yeah.
more or less
And-
everybody's here.
So let's step into the church, and I will try to sum up what happened quickly.
Okay. You're all in church.
Any idea how close stuff is?
No.
All right. Well, I'll start. She heard the stuff out of character. So,
Yeah.
I'll describe them taking me to the other realm. I'll describe the other realm. The meeting with the Lady of the Spring Court that I met. Describe her, so you guys have an idea who she is. That she represents hope more than hope and new beginnings as the Spring Court or the Summer Court. I explain those kind of things as best I can. And then I get to the sensitive part. The ritual ring in the estate is designed to return the Dark Lady to being the Dreadlord and take it away from Azarian. If we succeed in stopping this rite, there will be no Dreadlord. Alanis will be freed from the realm. Unfortunately, this will cause a cataclysm. The world will have no place to go, and tragedy will happen. I don't believe that there are only two options here. I don't believe that cataclysm or returning the Dark Lady to the Dreadlord are the only options. And I've impressed upon Lady of the Spring Court that this is what I want to do. She is going to speak with the Lady of Titanius, Queen of the Summer Court, to allow me to continue this. But they want me there to protect the Greystoke bloodline going forward. I don't want to abandon you guys, my friends, my family, my home. And I also don't want it to come to pass that it's destroyed. I think we can get very powerful entities to help us. I believe we can convince gods of all sorts to stand and protect this realm. Jiro, I think that's part of why the Raven Queen has thrown her lot in, was for us to do this. She wouldn't be putting this power out there, and she wouldn't be doing these things if she wanted to see the world destroyed. I think you'd agree with that.
I agree.
And Therendor, I'm certain your god and all your other newer elven gods don't want to see their realm destroyed when they've just returned to one. And that's just 7 gods. Sorry, how many new elven gods were there? Yeah, I got it right, 7. And I know I could speak for Tyr, Thoth, Ra, Cross, and Ares that they don't want the realm destroyed. The problem is, we know this circle has been placed here by devils. And they obviously have their allies in alliance. And those allies are in Ashen City, in the Drow, and the Dread Orc. I have a lot running through here right now. And I have probably missed things and can't express everything I've heard and know. But feel free to ask me any questions.
Well, who would we want to eat good?
We would want that upon no one. We don't want to put anyone in the prison of being the Dreadlord. The best outcome, what we want to happen, is for Lana to be freed and remain free of a cataclysm. Eliminate the Dread Realm completely and be free of it forever. No Dread.
Right. That's if we win. We prevent the circle from doing what it's supposed to do. Right?
If we don't win, there will be a Dreadlord, and it won't be of our choosing.
Right. So, as you said, if we succeed in doing what we're doing, then the cataclysm happens.
Right.
So, your third option is not to succeed, but have someone else become Dreadlord.
No, that is not an option. Period. We will not consign a soul to the prison that is the Dread Realm. That is not an option. Replacing the Dreadlord is not an option.
So then cataclysm is the outcome.
No. We're going to prevent the cataclysm and free Alliance.
How? Seems to be asking a lot.
Didn't say it was a simple task.
No, but you're saying if we succeed, if we prevent the circle from being contacted by these monsters that are coming, then the cataclysm happens.
Right.
Because that's what our goal is to stop this circle from doing what it's supposed to do.
Right.
So how do we stop the circle from doing what it's supposed to do,
That's
but
also
not but not stop the circle from doing what it's supposed
so.
I don't have answers for your question, but or that question, but it seems to me that the mountain people always had a saying. If you hear the rumblings and you know a place where that is frequented by avalanches, you can escape the danger of the avalanche by not being in that place when you hear the rumbling. The avalanche, you know. However, if you are going to another place that you have never been before, that, and you hear those, if you hear those rumblings and you escape the avalanche, you know, to go to a different location you have never been before, you could be hit by the avalanche you don't know. Accepting a new Dreadlord is the avalanche we don't know. If there's a way to avoid this avalanche, stop this threat, and prevent having to go to a place with an avalanche we don't know, that must be our only goal. There can be more.
Okay, Ash, I have your solution.
Okay.
Well, M. Chalet's analogy kind of spoke to it. I think is what sparked my idea. But if the circle ain't here in our realm of Lannis, right, then affect our realm of Lannis, right? So we move the circle.
I would agree with that, but I don't know how we would do that. None of these powers have told us that that could even be done. I don't know. We've asked, but none have said it was possible.
It's worth looking into. Like, we don't know what A, we don't know how we would do it. B, we don't know what the effect of removing it would be, but it's definitely worth.
Right. Well, if we can't stop the circle, and if it's here in Lannis and we prevent the circle from doing its thing, and that causes a cataclysm, then we now know there's all sorts of other realms out there. Take it somewhere else, or can't affect it.
Well, I understood, and forgive me if I'm wrong, that we can stop the circle. The challenge is, while doing so, we now have an additional task to accompany stopping the circle. Am I right in that, Ash?
If we can stop the circle from doing its thing. We have two possible outcomes before us. Creatures activate the circle, returning the Dark Lady to be with us, removing Azarian from power. Or we stop the creatures from reaching the circle, and Alanis is freed from the Dread Realm, and without any further interference is destroyed. Some may survive. Powerful wizards may find gates to other dimensions. There may be time to save small population centers. But without further outside influence, those are our options. I want to alter option 2 to save Alanis as well. And I'm not saying the idea of getting rid of the circle is out there. I would just be worried about, are we dooming another realm?
Are you concerned about this realm or another realm?
I am not willing to sacrifice another realm to save mine.
We are no
Alright.
better than the Dreadlords that have ruled this realm if we are willing to sacrifice an entire world just to spare our own lives.
That being said, it is worth figuring out from with Thulsa's idea if it would work. Could we send it to an uninhabited pocket realm? Could we send it to the ethereal plane where maybe it doesn't have any effect? I don't know. Those are beyond me. Therador, that might be something you pray to your god about those tactical strategies. That's not a bad idea, Thulsa. I just won't consign someone else to death to save ours.
Right. I'm just saying we can't move our continent out of this world, but maybe we can move a small piece of it into a different realm where
Like I said,
it doesn't conclude the same way.
yeah, it's outside of my realm of expertise, but it is definitely not a horrible idea to look at. But beyond that,
I see. So you're saying it's not possible?
no, I don't even know.
No, not you.
Oh, okay. And that's what she's telling you?
Well, she says that the ritual circle is made of the Dread Realm.
Well,
you can't move it to another realm.
that would actually make some sense considering when Ian tried to heal in it, he was damaged in a way that I couldn't heal. That seemed to be magic from the Dread Realm itself, and passages being made out of the Dread Realm itself. So the lady's insight it makes sense.
So,
And then
so then we need to find out how we accomplish the second task. We know how to keep stopping the circle from being engaged by our enemies. What we need to do is find out what it's going to take to prevent this transfer of power from one Dreadlord to a new Dreadlord. What do we have to do for that? Who can help us with this knowledge?
To prevent it from going from one Dreadlord to another, we just simply need to stop the creatures from getting to the circle.
then
And then you said that creates a cataclysm.
That is what causes the cataclysm. So we need to prevent the cataclysm.
So we need to make a new Dreadlord.
No.
Or we find a way to help as many people as possible. Is there a way to build a bunker, a device? I mean, is there a way to save the population? A place we can take them while this upheaval happens?
Lady, you would
Or
really
they be
put
saved
this
somewhere
goal
and then brought back after the damage is done, so the people
in the hands of another
even if the
god?
land is broken.
The lady had said.
I have another idea.
Oh, hold on one second. I want to address what Shalai just said. The lady has said that she believes that probably would happen one way or the other. That powerful mages would be able to escape, and the people who had set up this right have probably already made those arrangements. So.
I see.
So then we need to find ways to bring that to all the other places that would be vulnerable.
So you would like to meet this elven goddess. I see. Well, it seems like Ashton or Thulsa might be able to make that happen.
What I'm thinking.
So
is,
the Raven Queen believes that if anyone can find an actual answer to our problem, it would be this elven goddess Sapphire.
That's why I had indicated that Therendor would be the person to ask his goddess.
The Raven Queen would actually like to kind of combine forces and meet her. Create an accord.
Meet the goddess Sapphire?
Correct. An accord amongst goddesses.
I would think, and like I said, your gods are going to want to keep this realm intact. I'm going to use some words in ways that are going to sound ridiculous, but this rite was placed here by powerful drow wizards, priests, but they're only mortal, and their allies were devils. They're only devils. We all have access, we all have direct lines, some of us more so than others, to gods who all have a vested interest in this country. They all have their minions. They all have their only version of devils is that they have celestials. They have minions of all sorts that can help. If devils and powerful drow mortal priests can bring this cataclysm about, we need to rally, and combine forces with those that are more powerful than that. Because even some of the evil gods are not going to want the realm destroyed.
I think I can figure out a bit of how to give us some extra time. right now we got a coin flip. We got a heads option. We protect the circle, succeed, cause a cataclysm. We have a tails option. We don't protect the circle, and the Dark Lady is brought back into the position of Dreadnought. So I say we call edge. The next beasts that come along, we don't kill them, we capture them, prevent them from touching the circle, but keep them alive so the circle stays active.
Huh. It's dangerous, obviously.
Quite.
Not a bad idea, though.
Right? Because the circle won't complete until the things touch it. But it also will stay, quote, peaceful as long as there's something out there trying to get to it.
The problem with that is there's more than one that's going to come. You still have several.
Well, we can kill 3 of the 4.
Is there no way to create a
Wait,
less dreadful dreadlord?
Is there what?
Is
There
there
was
no way
one.
to create a less dreadful dreadlord?
The mountain people speak of there was one. That's the Azarian we wish to not have returned.
This Azarian that we are fearful of is less dreadful?
I don't know all the stories. I only know what the old ones, the elders used to tell us when we were misbehaved. We were subjected to, what is it that Balin once called them? Boogeymen stories.
Ben, can I pass a history roll to talk about Azarian?
No, Azarian is recent enough history for you to know his transformation from what he was to Emperor, and then from what was told to you lately.
Alright, so I know the story.
I see, lady.
So
So
Azarian,
the realm
Azar-
itself creates the being to be dreadful,
yeah, and at one
whether
point,
they are kind or not.
at one point, Azarian was borderline marauding and rampaging in his quest to conquer the realm, and he was convinced to follow the word of Tyr and to uphold those goals, and actually found himself in the position of emperor, and was lawful and did good for the realm. He wasn't necessarily good. He was still brutal. His tactics still used overpowering force from undead, but he was still nonetheless a peacekeeper and made a lot of treaties and made a lot of good for the realm while still being a dread lord. I'm told that is not the Azarian we're going to get now, because he is angry because he has been betrayed by someone. And I know at some point I'm going to end up speaking with him from what the elves have said, and I can only hope to ease his concerns over the betrayal and know that it was not us or anyone in this realm that did so, and that maybe this is the end to his long torment. That if the circle is, that if Alanis is released from the Drow realm, he doesn't have to worry about that. He can go about living life as he wishes. Living life as he wishes. But I will. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Nope, go finish your sentence. Your
I,
thought.
I was just going to say, I would not consign anyone to the prison of Dreadlord, the torture that they're put through being there. It's just not an option.
I have 2 questions.
Yep.
The first, you draw for a minute, just for a minute, in your head thoughts. Should we permanently evacuate Wilshire?
Are you putting that in my head?
No, it's out loud.
Oh, okay.
Oh, absolutely not.
Why would we do that?
The beasts are only going to get worse as time goes on. We know this. That's fine. It, but a cataclysm. At some point, if we can't prevent a cataclysm, our folks should not be just sitting here waiting for something they cannot control, a choice that they cannot make, to just run them down. As it is, the beasts are going to be just as bad as that.
The cataclysm is everywhere, Lady Carolyn. It doesn't matter where they are, whether they're in the mountains of the north by the Great Skull, whether they are near Ashen City, whether they are in the lands of the Far East, in the Great Plains of Kasgorth, wherever they run, not even the mountain people in their nomadic ways can escape something that takes all of Lamas. All we can do is prepare, store, build, defend. If it happens, all we can do is try to protect ourselves. This is the time to build shelters, to build fortresses, to build berms, things to keep water out, ways to keep great fire from striking the town if the woods were to go ablaze. It's a cataclysm. They haven't said what kind, but without knowing those things, it's the time to run where the woodland, in the direction the woodland animals flee when they choose to flee. But running now doesn't help. Defending now helps us be closer to the point where we have the ability to help. Keeping people closer gives us the best ability to help.
Maybe in the meantime we can. I don't want to consider failing, but it may be prudent to find I don't want to talk about failing. We're not going to fail. But we should make plans to protect those we care about, and it might be worth looking into some of those high magics to move our population were we to fail. And
I know what. I know at Harrier's Hall, we are building storehouses to store things so we are safe. We've already distributed seeds from the elves of Misa thanks to Thandor and his amazing people. These are the kinds of things that will hopefully be with us as we try to survive these things.
Those are all good, prudent plans to make, for sure. And what was your second question, Carolyn?
In a way, part of me was hoping you'd forget. I had a second one. The second question is, partial thought is, Thulsa, I find your idea intriguing. However, which beast would you care to trap? The next one is a Medusa. How are we going to trap and keep alive bloody Medusa?
I don't know, but we're looking for that third
We
option.
put a bag over our head.
Right now, we win and potentially
Right?
destroy the
Can't we
world,
do that?
or we lose and things go back to the way they are right now. Somebody else existing in some thing called a dreadlord, which nobody ever really heard about or cares about or really affects us in any way in the daily sense.
Could we not make like some type of breathable terry cloth bag, elven weave, slide that over our head? Right? Should be good.
I'd also like to point out, I've now seen what other worlds look like. I've seen, and so has Shale and Thulsa, what the worlds are outside of the bounds of Alliance. They are verdant, they are vibrant, beautiful, colorful, bright.
How many worlds have you seen?
2 now.
And those would be this and the Fey realm?
Actually, sorry, make that 3 if you want to count it that way. Alanis, Misa, and the Fey realm. There's other ways for this world to live, and we can see this as the opportunity to free Alanis from the Dread Realm. The longer it takes to stop these creatures, the longer we stay in the prison that is Alanis.
My understanding is that Alanis and the Dread Realm are one, and the only way to separate the two would be to create another Dread Realm.
What I've been told is this realm, this circle, will sever if at the end of the Zodiac, if the Zodiac creatures have not touched the circle, it will sever Alanis from the Dread Realm.
Sure will, by killing everyone and everything.
Right, that'd be the cataclysm part.
Right. So it doesn't actually sever us from the Dread Realm. It just wipes everything out.
Unless we intervene.
And we have the power to
Well,
stop a
I'll build-
universe from
I'll
dying.
build a wheelbarrow and I'll start digging and moving stuff, but I don't think I'm preventing a whole continent from not being moved out of the dreadful one.
Yeah. There is a limit. There's a limit.
Yujiro, you have a direct line. I will be honest to say I am envious of the connection you have with your goddess. She has chosen you. Has she chosen you to give up on the world?
No, I'm saying that your plan has faults that can't be hoped away or wished away.
I would never hope or wish anything away. I would work to make those things happen. You have a direct line to said goddess, who now wishes to talk to another goddess. I believe those two could come to an accord to aid us, to protect Alanis from being destroyed in the cataclysm. I know
I'm not sure about protecting. I'm not sure how much power they can put into a realm to say protect an entire realm, but do I think that they can come up with an answer that we can't as mortals? Yes.
I'd also like to remind you what I said. This ritual was created by only mortals and only devils. There are forces more powerful.
In a 1-to-1 scenario, I think several devils are more powerful than your average mortal.
Right. I'm saying we get help from more powerful than devils and powerful drow priestesses.
Right. They got power from a god, and we're looking for power from a god.
Right.
I understood.
So,
And I think that the only path forward we have right now is to get those gods working together as soon
Agreed.
as possible.
Agreed. Therendor, how do you feel about that?
I'm open. If it saves the realm and can save these people, I can reach out. I don't have a direct line. It'll take me a little while to pray and try to open communications, but seems like a viable option.
Well, Yujiro, what does your lady need to make this communication happen? Because I mean, right, she's a god. Sapphire's a god. Don't they have?
Telephone line?
Well, right. Why? What does she and you need from us to accomplish this communication seems like, don't they have like direct messengers or something? She can send
Yeah.
I don't think
a
it. I don't
they're
think
called
it
realm,
works.
whatever realm they're in to
They're called
I
their
don't think
priests.
it works particularly right. We are the conduit, right? So I think there has to be an agreement first, probably amongst the gods to even converse.
well, I'm asking you because you can just ask her, so you get a correct answer.
I'm pretty sure if you asked Sapphire, she would likely give you an equal answer. But as I said, followers are the messengers. Just as I can pray to the Raven Queen, and Ian can pray to the Raven Queen, and any of us followers of the Raven Queen can pray to her, and she will likely speak. Sapphire should behave the same way, especially as a newer elven god.
Does anybody have any other questions from my time away? Have I covered everything?
Shalley doesn't have any like questions for you. He, having been on one world spanning jaunt with you, he accepts what you're saying as truth. He had his thoughts about your discussion as a whole, but he's already said his piece.
So that's
Yeah, that's fair, milady. I understand. So, I will say the Raven Queen concurs to speak with Sapphire. And if one of you is a follower of Sapphire now, which I believe, Darendor, you are, then
Correct.
if you could pray to your goddess and basically in your prayer send the message, I believe she would be willing to speak back.
so
I will see what I can do.
Much appreciated there. Lost art.
So I will excuse myself from the group.
did we completely lose stuff?
Yes.
For now, yeah.
That sucks. I'm sure she had plenty of stuff to say.
Yep.
If no one has any other questions, I have a couple other matters I have to attend to. Lady Carowin, I will meet you later tonight and talk with you further then. In the meantime, does anybody have anything else for me before I go attend to something else?
I'm just glad you're not going away. Not that this would stay around.
I am glad to be staying as well because I want to protect this place. And with that, I'm going to go look for Tyros.
Love the way you phrased that like we have a rendezvous later tonight. Thanks, priest.
I told you I.
I'm saying this is Jen saying that, not Lady Carowin.
I say I'm going to go look for Tyros and he disappears.
Okay.
It's gonna make you look hard.
He doesn't accept solicitors.
My mic died. I had to grab my spare.
Fair enough. Ash is coming looking for you.
Uh-oh. Did I have a chance, Ben, to check out the horns under the statue?
Not at this time because you were. I mean, you're not very far because you were all summoned to the church. So, I imagine somewhere in the church mulling about. That's where he finds you.
All right, I'll check them later. Look at the fish.
Actually, I offer. I ask him to. We'll go step outside.
Alright.
Before you step away, I will say if you could do the prayer at the Raven statue near the church, it would be easier for the Raven Queen to hear for the connection.
I can accommodate that.
Much appreciated.
So we'll walk out, Tyros, and I'll after we walk a little bit, I'll say, so what do you think about all of this going on? Where do you stand?
Well, it sounds like trapping a Medusa would be pretty hard, but aside from that, it sounds like fun.
Okay. How much are you willing to? How far are you willing to go to protect this land?
Well, I grew up here. I've been here for over 90 years now, and I put my life on the line for this land.
While I was away, an offer was made to you that I was asked to bring back.
An offer to me.
An offer to you.
What would this be?
The Fae are looking for someone to help bring their connection closer to this realm. They're looking for someone, obviously a druid as yourself, of elven blood, who would be willing to help them reestablish establish their presence here more permanent. Is that something you're interested in?
Well, would we want the Fae to establish more presence here? Would that be something that would be good for the realm?
So they would definitely be willing to help in our problems that are coming. And part of the condition of their help is having someone here to be their anchor, be their guideline, I guess, anchor point maybe. You, I would assume, like the Fae that you've met thus far, yes?
Well, we haven't had many problems with them. They've been all right hosts, aside from their eccentricities.
Yeah. They're different people. They have different a different way of thinking, but they're definitely people of their word. And when word is given, they hold people. And they're asking for your word to help them help us.
Well, what are they looking for in return? Just to have some sort of bridge to be able to connect to us here through myself?
A believer. They need someone to start the belief. The connections similar to how I have with Cross and Spero has with the Raven Queen, Therendor has with the Sapphire. They need someone to believe.
Now, I already am loyal to the Raven Queen, so would I need to renounce my loyalty to her in order to be loyal to and have faith in the Fae?
I don't know that the two are mutually exclusive. That's between you and the Raven Queen. But I think the Raven Queen also will see where this is beneficial. If this is something you want, it has to be something you want. It has to be something you believe in. And it will bring us a lot of help. And the lady who offered this is not of Diana's court, hot-headed, argumentative. She's the lady of the Spring Court, who I met with, who very much is about new beginnings and hope and all those things spring. Those things we're searching for right now.
do you think there's any chance that we're being manipulated, that this could be a trap?
I look you dead in the eyes and I say, no. They want a connection here. They want to help me.
Well, if it will help the realm, I think we have to do it.
No, you need to go into this with an honest heart. You don't want to do it, which I appreciate. I truly do. But, and I appreciate you're willing to jump into it, but I don't want you to go into this words that were given to me without thought and knowing the consequences and true belief. You're going to be asked to swear a fealty to the spring court. And that comes with an attachment and expectations. But it will also come with benefits. I show you a wreath that was handed to me. Actually, I give it to you. I said, this wreath, you throw it down somewhere in nature, and a knight by the name of hold on 1 second while I look it up, because it's been a few minutes. A knight by the name of Nyx will come and swear fealty and swear an oath to help you and us, and we will have the aid of the spring lake. Again, this would be a powerful ally to have, but you need to do it much like you did with the Raven Queen, with an open heart, with true belief. Is that something you want?
I think so. I'm certain that if belief in this would assist the realm and help us defeat these incoming beasts, then yeah, I believe.
Do you want to talk to the Raven Queen first?
I probably should confer just to make sure I don't bring any wrath upon myself.
Let's go over to her. Let's go over to her altar, and I will stand with you while you pray.
All right. Well, we make our way over to the Raven Queen, and I kneel down and take a moment to check on those Minotaur horns and see if they're good.
They seem as they were before. Nothing has changed.
All right, next time.
Well, there's only been a few hours in game since the last time we checked. So
That's true. Well, they were 90% ready though last time, so yeah, I was hoping we were close.
It's been literally a day.
Yeah. All right, so I kneel down at the altar and I look up to the Raven Queen statue and I think quietly to myself, Raven Queen, I'm being asked to have faith in another court simultaneously with my faith in you. I want to make sure this isn't an issue. I don't want to bring any wrath upon myself. I don't want this to weaken my faith in you or have any aside between us, but you know, if this will help my realm, I think it's something I have to do.
Roll me a wisdom check. So D20 plus your wisdom bonus.
12.
You pray, you sit there. A raven swoops down.
Oh.
He sort of goes to your right hand, and he sort of kind of nuzzles his head a little bit, looks up at you, hops over your lap into your left hand, then pecks it, cutting blood.
Uh-oh.
Looks up at you, looks at your two hands, and then flies away.
Oh. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good sign. I look over to Ash and I ask, "Did you see that?"
I did. Why do you think it's not a good sign?
I don't know. It seemed like she was saying, just the one, just one's good. You don't need two. Just have one faith.
She could be saying that, or she could be releasing you from your blood oath.
That's true too.
You drew the blood last time. She drew the blood this time.
Mm.
At a game right this situation, this is why I love religious interpretation of things, and why, Jeremy, you are fucking blessed.
Why he's what?
Why he's blessed, because he gets the direct conduit of saying exactly how she feels, your goddess.
Yeah.
Everybody else gets to, is that the right sign? Is that a bad sign? Is that a good omen or a bad omen? Welcome to religion.
Well, Ash, I feel you're a little bit more versed in religious messaging than I am. You think it could be a good omen that I'm released, that I should follow this new court and contribute to the saving of the realm?
I think if your heart is on the path to going down that, does it matter one way or the other? If you want to help the realm and step away from the Raven Queen, isn't that the right path to take anyway?
That must be the sign we needed then. I'll take it.
So, you're going to walk away from the Raven Queen, or are you going to try and maintain both?
I'm going to try to maintain both for now. I think maybe she's released me from my oath, but that doesn't necessarily mean I can't still have faith in it.
Alright. So why don't we go find a place for you to throw down the wreath, and I will stand with you when the night comes.
As we do that, Balin, since we've lost you for so long, a lot of debate has been going on tonight. You now know the fate of the realm of Alanis in total. It is stop the ritual, and then you will. Well, if you let one of the Black Zodiac touch the ritual or do what it does, the Dark Lady, the Dark Queen, will return to her former powers as the Dreadlord. If you stop all the Black Zodiac, then apparently all the land will be in cannibalism. Everyone's had their debate and ideas. I'm not sure if you know how much you heard and didn't, but is there anything you want to throw your 2 cents into, or?
If only there was technology that I could rewind everything.
There is.
I could not hear anything, even through my phone and whatnot, so I mean, I have a lot to say, but nothing about what's currently going on. Because I don't know really what's going on right now.
Okay.
If it helps any, and I
Probably not,
hope
go ahead.
I'm not. Yeah, I hope I'm not speaking improperly for anybody. Effectively, Ash came back, told us that he had been away. It was about half a day for him versus a minute for us. Told us kind of what he experienced. I'm not sure exactly when you dropped that, whether you heard that bit or not, but essentially, what we have determined, or what was basically said, is if we stop the Zodiac, then the Dark Queen, who was really, really bad in the past, becomes in charge again. If we don't stop it, if we successfully stop it, then Azarian, who had been a Dark Lord in the past, and kind of okay, will come back, but he's going to be angrier and even worse than what we've ever had in the past. What we were trying to do is find a third possible option.
No. If we succeed, if the ritual succeeds, the Dark Lady becomes the Dreadlord. Azarian is the current Dreadlord. If we succeed in stopping the ritual, Alanis will be freed from the Dread Realm.
Okay.
There will be no Dreadlord.
And gone.
And gone.
Anyway.
Do I need to stabby anybody?
Not yet.
I'm up for that.
Probably.
You might need to convincey people, though.
I mean, I could do that.
We need that.
But don't convince anybody for art.
But do I like? This is the most important question. Do I get to stabby?
Yes, you will.
Either way, you would get to stabby at some point.
Yeah.
But the big key is if we are successful in taking the island out of the Dread Realm entirely, there's going to be a huge cataclysm that will destroy millions of lives. Like pretty much everybody, like potentially everybody, except for people who have either already prepared, i.e., the bad guys in Action City, and people who are lucky enough to have a bunch of highfalutin mages that might be able to protect them. So everywhere, all over our realm, people would be in jeopardy. Like innocent lives would be lost. But guess what? They could also be lost in the. It's kind of like freedom, death, with the possibility of saving some of the population through upheaval.
And your stabby is against apparently devils and dark elves that have made the ritual against your town.
Kind of worth knowing for a Society of Oaths character too. We've established that the Dread Order comes from that group of dark elves in Ashen City. So your order's mortal enemy is responsible for this, as we kind of knew, but it's just kind of confirmed.
So really, it's just another Tuesday night. What are we wearing?
Armor?
Amazing garb, obviously, that I made.
I made my
Fair
own.
enough. All right, sign me up.
Another note is Yujiro has spoken to his goddess and it wants to talk to Thorendor's goddess. So apparently the Raven Queen and the Sapphire, who thought at first were hostilities, she wants to make an accord. So they're about to do a ritual to figure that out. And that's pretty much, I think, most of you caught up for the jibber jabber that was going on in debate.
All right.
And Tiro might be a traitor to the Raven Queen. We haven't fully determined the meaning yet.
But we don't. She doesn't know that yet.
Nobody knows that.
All right, Thorendor. Yujiro, are you also getting Thulsa as well?
Do I need Thulsa if I've got
If you read your notes, I mean your message.
Oh yeah, the Raven Queen did say to bring Thulsa as well. Yeah, I'll get Thulsa.
Okay.
So much faith.
Thorendor, you were first directed toward the Raven Queen statue to do the prayer to Sapphire. Are you doing so?
Yes.
Thulsa, will you join him?
Not facing the statue. Facing away.
Okay.
If I've been asked to be there, yeah, I'll also be there.
Okay. Both of you on.
Left the room. I would
Both of you are making a prayer to the Sapphire. What do you say?
I will basically just say that kind of open up in a general prayer and then come through with the message that the Raven Queen wishes to open up a channel of communication with you. If it is your will, you can direct me how to proceed. However, I know I don't speak for you directly. We are looking to find guidance to save this realm. And believe that this meeting may be beneficial. But again, it is your will on how this communication should proceed. I just ask for guidance and clarity.
Roll me a will with advantage.
Tulsa's a little more conversational, just saying, we haven't spoken yet, so I'm not sure how to address you, but Sapphire, I counsel Jiro to suggest to this lady that she come to the table parlay. She's going to come to the table parlay. Making a cord.
What am I rolling?
Protect the world.
Wisdom, so your wisdom bonus at advantage. Thulsa, please do the same thing.
13. Not great.
Mm.
That's with advantage? Wow.
Hey, they don't always
what
come
was it
up
to?
high.
16.
You know what? Take my heroic inspiration and add a D4, or was it D6?
Okay.
We can do that, right?
Yep.
What's the die roll?
I don't know. Is it D6?
I had a 13.
No, in inspiration.
well,
You can re-roll any die.
Yeah, inspiration in D&D is reroll. So re-roll another D20. Do your thing again.
Just one?
Just one.
Of course.
I feel like you don't believe.
Did you add your wisdom to that?
I did.
All right.
You didn't realize he had a negative modifier to his wisdom.
He's a priest. He can't have a negative modifier, but
You
Oh, it's a positive. The
Sheriff
negative was
declares
rolling.
it had a negative.
You two feel your mind drift. You can feel each other close by. Yujiro's not too far from you as well, and you're in this dream state. But it doesn't seem like your goddess is convinced that this is a smooth or a beneficial thing to try. You say something different.
Oh, no, we should. Alright.
Please.
Please.
Ah.
just beg. Please.
I'm not begging. Alright. I will pray for Sapphire's wisdom, her grace, guidance. Ask if we are moving in the right direction. If what we do is pleasing to her desires. And then again, I will ask that provide me the information if you would like to have dialogue with the Raven Queen on this matter, or if you feel that is not prudent to the direction we should go.
Also?
Miss Sapphire, I don't know
Please.
what the right thing is, but if we don't come together, work together, those small plans not going to work. It's got to be a grand plan. It's going to save the whole world. And that's the world that we just came to.
You may either use wisdom again or persuasion, thanks to Matt at advantage.
Wisdom or persuasion.
Am I in this realm, this dream land
Yes,
with them?
you hear this, but you can't interact yet. They have,
You said at advantage again?
yes.
$19.
Matt?
With advantage, I think 21.
Okay. The land around you solidifies more into a nice open plain, rolling grass, smell flowers. A beautiful, beautiful, long-haired human woman appears before you. She is in a shining bluish dress, and she goes, "My champions of this new world, I have heard your cries. I see the champion is nearby of the Raven Queen. You may bring her forth." Nijiro, through you, you feel feathers tickle your skin. And with that, you see a very beautiful as well, dark-haired woman in elven chainmail, yet sort of a shimmering gown around her as well. Birds shimmer around her, and she's got a great black feather cloak.
You're not gonna show off the minis? Because
The
you know
camera-
Sapphire's mini doesn't
The
look as
camera
good as
just
Raven Queen's
died. The camera just died, Jeremy, just when I had this thing planned. So we went too long. She goes, "Thank you for meeting me, Sapphire. I know we come at angles that are not coinciding with each other." Sapphire goes, "That is a clever way of saying that. You wish to meet me? Let's be plain." The Raven Queen goes, "I respect that. Our champions have found a way, or they know what is going to happen now. There is no cloak behind all this. The danger is adamant. They know the catastrophe at hand." Sapphire goes, "Yes, a catastrophe that you help orchestrate. You are part of all this." The Raven Queen hands her hand. "Yes, I did. But it was from my friendship to Silk. I wish to free her prison." Sapphire goes, "Freed her, so all the mortal lives are the price that you wish to pay for them." There is an edible, Sapphire. Everyone in the Dread Realm is suffering, and their souls will never be at peace here. I know that for sure, knowing the souls of the dead. That is something you missed. You were too busy looking at the layout of the living to not understand what is going on with those that have been lost to you. Sapphire seems to lean back from that. "I think you are wise. I know from the enemies that you have killed how smart you are. You are the great strategist. I have learned that. Help my people, help my champion, solve this riddle of this ritual. And I will do what I can to be at peace with your elven pantheon and this view of things that are going about. I will make peace. I will stop the war amongst us. I will not push from my direction anymore. I want Silk's freedom. But I will go about it as you as a general. If you can stop the death that my people want." Sapphire goes, "It is a hard bargain if you are truthful, Raven Queen. But I am not bloodthirsty. If we do this, I am sure my king will want you more watched. That must mean that you must be in the fold. That I do know of his wishes." The Raven Queen seems to contemplate and goes, "I have elven roots, and you lack a goddess of the dead. But you are hard pressed to solve this riddle for that to come to fruition. Sapphire goes, keep your word. And I know of this silk. I have much study on her. We cannot let her go back. I do understand that. But I will not sacrifice the lives of all these people. So you will be in check. Or you will feel my wrath and that of my husband. I understand where you're coming from, Sapphire. I do. But I want to protect my champion and what I have built here. If you are in check with the elven gods, then I can feel I can trust you and your ambitions a little more. She looks at you, Thorendor, and then the youth also. This is a different feeling having you here. I am glad that you have taken into my belief. Know I am tireless. Know that I will work hard for you. And I will watch you. But you're right, Elsa. This is a grand scheme, and we must come together. That is why I pushed hard for you. You are indeed wise. And Thorendor, you are very passionate. You make great spokesman for me. Go back and tell your people that we are working together. We will be a pantheon together. And that Ashton can think more onto this, and that possibly we can be closer to his gods as well. I will figure out the riddle, but it will take me time. Bless you, my children. And with that, the three of you wake up in front of the Raven Queen. The Raven Queen statue.
It was a pleasure to meet you, man.
Well, that was an experience. I will, well, Thulsa, do you want to do the honors and speak with Ashton? See
I
if we
will
have our
speak with
marching
him,
orders.
but as she said, you're her representative, so carry her message. And I'll just support her.
Very well.
The goddesses are grand, are they not?
Always.
For what it's worth, I have wandered away with Heroes Struggling, so.
Yeah, you won't be able to tell them just yet.
Okay.
Just
So
before
I'll
we
just
go,
look at you, Jiro, and say that they have spoken. We have an alliance at this point, so our goal is set. We will do our best to save the realm.
Indeed, it does seem that is the path forward at the moment.
okay. I'm just gonna check on 4 other players who have a little bit of the less religious aspect. Lady Carowin, Ian, Balin, and Shali. As people are doing religious things, is there anything you 4 wish to do or converse amongst yourselves about the fanatics? It's up to you.
Fanatic.
I kind of said
ahead.
my piece, but I am definitely in my head thinking about the importance of dry goods in stores and the types of things that we're going to need to do to set up shelters and evacuate people. Like, I'm thinking if and when things go bad, like where I'm thinking of the different places that will successfully make safe havens for the people.
Okay. Ian, Balin, Carolyn.
I'm thinking if I have any red shirts so I can stabby.
Red shirts, yeah.
So that way no one will see the blood on me if I get stabbed.
Yes, you have a nice blood red silken shirt.
I'm gonna look awesome.
The lady in red.
That's what Balin's thinking right now. She's just like,
Okay. Ian, you good?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just gonna probably sit there and think about how if we're damned if we do, damned if we don't kind of situation right now.
All right. And Carolyn?
I have a lot on mind, so I probably will go do what I do to think and clear my mind, which is I'll probably go to the training yard for the keep. And regardless of whoever the new weapons master or whatever has people training on, she's probably just gonna put herself through the lists, just practicing her forms and everything else, just to clear her mind and think and go, so that she's not running around in a circle in her own head, going, "What the fuck?
Okay.
What the fuck?"
All right, then Ashton and Tyros, you go to the outside of the town. I need to ask, is it the north, east, west, or south part of the town?
That's up to you. I'll let your feelings guide you which way to go.
I was kind of thinking we put it right next to the Raven Queen altar. That way, just in case it's like a permanent thing, it's like a nice thing in the town square next to the Raven Queen altar. What do you think?
Well,
Raven Queen, knight.
it's a permanent thing, but we shouldn't have it sharing the same location as the Raven Queen's thing. And the phase circles are supposed to be someplace a little wild, so that's why I assume the outside of it.
We want them to feel at home, get a little woodsy feel going on. I think I know just the spot.
Yeah. All right.
Just beyond M chalets would work.
Yeah, let's kind of let's make our way kind of a little bit past them chalets. What does it call it? The
Harrier's Hall.
The chalet.
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 We have some chalet.
Towards Colorado from Harrier's Hall.
He's got a robe like I do. Just you don't see him wearing it around like I would not. I'm still wearing that robe from the other day. That
follow
black
you
I
robe.
don't see you wearing much at all.
Well, Balin caught me the other day with my pants down, and I haven't had a chance to put them back on yet. I'm still wearing that red and black robe.
All right.
Pistachio on my-
So you're putting it near Harrier's Hall? Is that the plan now?
Not too close. We wanted to be able to keep an eye on it, but not make it obvious that's what we were going for.
So does that mean it's going to be nearby, or it's going to be somewhere else?
Maybe like 50
not
yards.
not yeah, like not eyesight from, but very close,
Yeah.
right?
Like if you went and got up in a tree outside of the chalet, then you'd be able to see it.
Okay. Let's see if I'm just looking at the map right.
Yeah, I mean, this is not my area of expertise on. I'm just saying the things that I've been told and kind of want.
All right. So it is like it is southwest. Mshali's barracks.
I lost the map. Did you guys lose the map too?
We had a map of the center of town, but not like the overall region itself, which in my head is kind of loosely defined. And I don't need it to be specifically mapped out to the square meter or whatever. But
Yeah.
general direction and length of time to get from one to the other is really all I would need for theater of the mind kind of.
So you want to put it in the southwest corner, or do you want to put it west or south? I guess that'll be 3 locations now.
I would say southwest, because I know most of our threats have been coming from the west.
Okay.
So I would want it, Yeah, in that direction. Not like in the path, but just off, like, so basically protecting that lower quarter. And I think if I'm visualizing correctly, that would be the direction towards the big river. And I had mentioned very early on in backstory that at one point in the past there were some issues with lizard men down that way, and so that would make sense to have Harriers Hall kind of effectively in defense of that area.
All right.
The lizard men.
Sounds good. All right, so Tyros, you're in that area. You are throwing down the wreath.
Throw down.
All right, you throw it down, and from there it expands to about 10 feet, and then it swirls wind, leaves, some like flower parts kind of sprout out of it, and then standing before you is a full plate mailed, green tinted knight with like vines that are kind of growing from parts of his appendages.
Is he an elf or is he?
You have no idea he's in full plate.
Badass. Welcome.
Visor down and everything.
Yep. He goes, you have summoned an opening to the Spring Court. Lady Hestus has told me that you wish to have an agreement, a treaty with the Queen Alara and the powers of the Spring Court.
She asked me to give the wreath to Tyros here. He has agreed to form an alliance.
I have. I've lived in these woods for over 9 decades, and it seems the Fae would like to join us in protecting them and call them their own in some manner, so I'm here to support that.
You wish to serve Queen Alara in the Spring Court.
I do.
What is your name? Speak it all in full.
Tyros Roanoke.
And now go to one knee and swear allegiance to Queen Alara.
I, Tyros Roanoke, swear allegiance to Queen Alara.
I am Knight Nyx of the Spring Court. I hear your vow, Tyros Roanoke. If you ever renege on your allegiance to the Queen Alara, I will hold justice on you and your people.
Understood.
But if you serve the Queen, you gain her favor. Forevermore, only you may open this gateway into the Spring Court. Guard it well. And with that, the wind erupts again. There's all these leaves and flowers, and then he's just gone. But now there is a wonderful flower circle in this location, southwest of the town.
Excellent. So we can call on him when we need him.
I don't know how that works, honestly. I would talk to some of the members of the summer court who are here and ask them how it works from now on. But you've done you've done something huge. You've helped out.
Excellent.
And I didn't mean to use the potion of true resurrection on you. That's why I followed you, in case she killed you.
All of you get some time to rest. A lot's been going on as you settle in. Everyone's kind of like busy-bodying about. Each of you have things to kind of do, but utterly, it's a lot of things to organize between people in new positions in general, organizing the army, figuring out what's kind of been happening. You guys can kind of chit-chat in between things. So a couple days have passed.
We get a long rest in.
Yes. Ian, one of the guards comes up to you and goes, I think you need to come and check this out just so we know things aren't too crazy.
Okay. I'll follow him.
This is Caden, one of the guards. A few others are there. And approaching you is two female, which definitely appear like warriors, approaching, and another elf with silver hair, and he is also armor. These guys are in like you must consider half plate armor, and the armor is from your distance, which you can still see is embedded with runes of magic.
Do I recognize him?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
So
I'll call out to him, I
Caden
guess.
goes, what should we do? Those guys look dangerous.
Well, do they have weapon trays? Are they
No weapons raised,
weapon-
but they have weapons in their scabbards.
Right, yeah, the weapons are sheathed, but they're not
Yeah.
like holding them in their hands like menacingly. So
No.
I'd be like, well, we should probably talk to them and see who they are and who they're looking for.
Yeah, go ahead. You go first.
Okay. I can start walking towards them.
All right. You walk forward up to them, and then they sort of stop. The first one to kind of step forward is a very attractive blonde woman in this white plate armor, and you do recognize the emblem that's on her tunic is that of Tyr.
Okay.
The one to her left is a red-headed woman, again fully armored. You do not see any other major emblem on her, except a black tower against a red field.
Okay, I don't recognize that.
Do you have history as a proficiency?
I do.
Roll a history check.
5.
You don't.
Way to go, Bard.
The elf that you recognize, you noticed, is in, like, he's in some type of, like, it looks like mithril plate that even though it's built by dwarves but made with elven style. And he has a shimmering green cloak behind him. And they all look very powerful individuals indeed.
Oh, yeah.
The woman, you feel like you shouldn't lie in front of her. There's an semblance of like her power of truth that is just overwhelming.
Okay. Hell, can I help you? What are you looking for?
We were summoned to come here.
Summoned. Can I ask by who?
I believe it was some Fey beings.
Okay, we have a few of them here.
Excellent.
Do
We're
you
looking
have
for
names?
we're looking for Ashton Greystone.
Oh. Okay. I will take them into Ash.
Do you wish to know their name?
Nah, he'll tell me when they figure it out.
Okay.
I love how it's not even weird now. You know, oh, somebody showed up. They must be looking for Ash.
That's kind of what I thought anyway.
They come a little bit. They're pretty much almost near they get like a quarter in the town before Ashton. One of the guards comes up and finds you and says, Ian's talking to some very powerful people, and they said they're looking for you.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And he told them that you were here.
I'm deeply appreciative of his thoughts for my safety. But, all right. I'm going to trust Ian. I'll just kind of... I don't know where they're coming from, so I'll wait at the front of the
North.
church.
He takes you to where they are. It's north. You see the three individuals I described.
Okay.
The blonde steps forward to you. Again, you feel the same thing. You just you feel like you shouldn't lie.
Okay. And I see the she's got the symbol of Tyr on her chest.
Yes.
I walked up and I'm there. I mean, they've come to see me.
Ashton Greystoke?
Yeah, who do I have the pleasure of meeting?
My name is Wind. I was told to find you.
Did you say win or wind?
Wind.
Wind?
And then I will leave it here until next time we get together.
You're not going to give me your last name?
I think you'll figure it out.
No, I think I already figured it out. Holy crap!
We will come back from there.
Uh-oh.
All right, so Libanika, I think we need to make sure you're looking either 17th, 24th, or the 31st.
August?
Yes.
All right, give me 1 second. Calendar is incoming.
31st is Labor Day weekend, if that matters.
It only matters probably to me because that's also the first weekend of Ren Fair. If we play that night, I will be late and in garb.
So let's try to go.
What were the 3 August dates?
So 17th, 24th, or 31st. So obviously 17th or 24th now would be more favorable. Was that?
Although I want to see Jen playing in garb.
I mean, for me, the 24th works best, but I could do the 17th.
Let's do the 24th. Everyone good with that? All right. Thank you for everyone joining.
Sure.
And we got
Bye.
some exciting allegiances moving forward.
Oh shit. Wind Earth are nice. I mean, I don't know her last name. Sorry.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Till next month.
Bye!
Bye.